Well, that didn't take all that long. Breaking news, Adam Taxon here in the Philadelphia area. Go Eagles. News from the Department of Justice. We're learning that the DOJ has recovered the missing text messages exchanged between FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. I'm not there. I'm not pretending to be there. A lot of people at a lot of news organizations and independent journalists are pretending that they have some sort of expertise. But I am pretty good at getting the breaking tweets, at least, and the information that's online. Let me share that with you. Let me get the glasses. Sean Hannity tweets, "Tonight on Hannity, we can exclusively report that the DOJ has now started and is recovering some of the 5 months of missing text messages from Trump-hating FBI agents Peter Strzok and Lisa Page." I don't know if that's really going to be so exclusive. I imagine everyone will have that story by the time Hannity rolls around. But that's not the point of this. Paul Sperry, very respected journalist. In addition to Strzok and Page's texts, Inspector General Horowitz has obtained hundreds of other high-level text messages from the FBI-issued mobile devices of other FBI as well as DOJ officials in pre-election investigations. May explain recent resignations and reassignments. Jacob Wall, I don't even know that much about him. He's young, but he's always on Twitter and he does good stuff. He tweets, "The media is it keeps or keep? I think it should be keep. It's plural. The media keeps deceptively I'm doing it as he wrote it. The media keeps deceptively referring to Peter Strzok as a, quote, rogue FBI agent, end quote. He was the deputy head of counterintelligence for the Bureau and oversaw thousands of employees." Good point. This is from hashtag the persistence. Always on Twitter, does good stuff there too. At Scott Pressler. "It took me 6 years to tweet 50,000 times." That's a good question. I have no idea how often I tweet, but I think it's texting, not tweeting. Peter Strzok and Lisa Page have 50,000 missing text messages during a very specific 5-month period. And here was Laura Loomer. She does good stuff. She's doing great stuff in the investigation in Las Vegas and not really buying the police's story. This is just basically the original here. I don't know why I included that. Now, a website that I don't want to give any credit to because they're basically neo-plagiarists. I don't think too much of them. They're the ones who were telling people, trying to get clicks by telling people that the Philadelphia Eagles were playing to empty stadiums early in the season. These are two guys who are the head of it and the White House correspondent are, let's just say, very fabulous. And the main reporter, I don't know about him. The picture, if you Google him, maybe, not my point. But he is north of the border, not even in this country, much less in the gateway of this country. Oh, I gave it away. But anyhow, I look at the comments. They do get good comments because they get a lot of tweets and responses. Nothing really gets totally erased in the digital age. If people really want no trace, stick with paper and ink. Or you could talk about it in person, which is not that hard to do if you're actually having an affair. Unless you're Anthony Weiner, what he's trying to do with his. Isn't it funny that Anthony Weiner went to jail and probably never even went to first base with any of these girls. But anyhow, I digress. 2 more comments there. After they have been sufficiently scrubbed and cleaned, they just needed a bit more time with that batch. And then someone asks, wonder if Strzok texted pictures of himself in a vagina costume to Page. Remember, a lot of them are just the pink hats. They're supposed to represent a cat, so it's a metaphor. Just want to point that out with the so-called Women's March a few days ago. A response to Laura Loomer, who I showed her tweet before. So the FBI says they're lost. However, it takes somebody outside the FBI to find vital, critical, national important, possibly treasonous evidence within a few days. Let that sink in. Remember, we're talking about the FBI. And then this is sarcastic. "No, we can't compromise our intelligence community." I think that's the argument they tried to make. And then, good point. Wow, that took a long time once the public found out. And another response to Laura Loomer. "Isn't it strange that the FBI couldn't recover their own texts, but the DOJ could?" And I like this point. Am I the only one? This is from Laura Loomer herself. Am I the only one who looks at Lisa Page and thinks, the J-man, Peter Strzok has horrible taste in women? Yep, there's a picture of her right there. Ouch! Oh yeah, one other tweet that I think is worth your attention. This is more background. This shows you who Peter Strzok is. You've seen him already. in his 40s. I don't know how that's relevant. Works for the FBI. We know that. Here's the important part. He was the only person to interview Hillary Clinton, and with no recording on her in terms of her email investigation. Just think about that. And I've taken up enough of your time.